meeting as it relates to our Big Valley GSP development. It is Thursday, November 18th, and we do have some friends joining us via Zoom. Thank you to those of you who were able to meet us in person. For those that are watching this recording at a later date, have no fear, we will have plenty more meetings coming to be. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. So my name is Marina Delajanis. I serve as the Deputy Water Resources Director for the Lake County Watershed Protection District. I also serve as the lead for the Big Valley Groundwater Sustainability Plan Advisory Committee. I am joined by some of my friends here, and I'm going to go ahead and let Maritza introduce herself via person, and then I'm going to trust our friends in the courthouse go around and do an introduction, and just let me know when you're done. Again, I apologize, I cannot see all your lovely faces, so take it away, Maritza.
Hi everyone, I'm a water resources engineer supporting Lake County through the facilitation aspect through the Department of Water Resources Facilitation Support Services.
Thank you, Maritza. And then I'm going to have William take it over in the board chambers. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. So going further into the agenda here today, we will just do a brief overview of some of our common acronyms and relating definitions that you will hear throughout this presentation and that you will also see through our groundwater sustainability plan. Then we're going to jump right into doing an overview of our Big Valley GSP, the timeline, the public comment period, which is currently open. And then we're gonna go ahead and close it out and do a Big Valley open house. And this is where we are excited to hear from you. Any comments, questions that you may have as it relates to our Big Valley groundwater basin and our GSP development process. All right, so bear with me. Here are some of our common acronyms that we will be going over today. The first one is AF/AFY, which means acre feet per year. DWR translates to California Department of Water Resources. GDE is a groundwater dependent ecosystem. GSPAC is our Groundwater Sustainability Plan Advisory Committee. GSP is a Groundwater Sustainability Plan. MA is Management Action. RMS is Representative Monitoring Site. SGMA is the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act of 2014. And SMC is the Sustainable Management Criteria. And I would like to just pause here for a moment and let folks know that if you have any questions, please feel free to interject. We have William Fox, who is navigating our Zoom, so he will go ahead and pause me and ask any questions. And then those folks online, I have assistance from Maritza Flores. Please feel free to stop at any point and we will take those questions, but we'll also have time at the end for Q&A. All right. So why are we here? We are here to give you an overview of our Big Valley GSP. So in order to achieve sustainability, SGMA requires local groundwater sustainability agencies in high and medium priority basins to develop and implement a groundwater sustainability plan, also known as GSP. So what this GSP does, it provides us local entities a roadmap to ensure that we can maintain sustainability for the future and generations to come. So GSPs are submitted to the Department of Water Resources through the SGMA portal. You can find all of this online. So GSPs for critically overdraft and high and medium priority basins, we're initially due to DWR by January 31st, 2020. Our medium priority basin is due to DWR by January 31st, 2022. So it is coming up. And again, we have our medium priority basin, Big Valley Groundwater Basin 5-015, as outlined by DWR's Bulletin 118. And Bulletin 118 just provides the communities throughout the county of different prioritized and identified groundwater basins. So they have ranking from very low to medium to critically overdraft basins. And again, we have one priority basin throughout the county, and it is here. You can see to the picture on the left, that is our Big Valley Groundwater Basin. So again, what we do in this GSP is it provides us that roadmap to ensure that we maintain sustainability for the future generations to come. And through this entire process, it's a collaboration of efforts among friends at the state level, so DWR, also friends at the local level. From here, our GSA, which is our Groundwater Sustainability Agency, and that is comprised of the Board of Directors of the Lake County Watershed Protection District, who also serve as the Board of Supervisors for our county. And then most importantly, stakeholders such as yourself. It is crucial that we maintain those communications and the collaboration throughout this entire process. Now, you may be wondering, wow, this seems like a big task. Who is developing this GSP? We have a whole team of us here developing our GSP. So through DWR Sustainable Groundwater Management Grant, the district, we were able to secure funding for the development of our GSP. And we have some of our friends who you're able to meet today who is on this GSP development team. So through this, we were able to onboard Ludorf and Scalmanini Consulting Services and Stantec Consulting Services, who have been tasked with aiding us in the development and implementation of our GSP. Sorry. All right, so now I'm just going to provide a very quick overview of what is in this GSP. So not only does Sigma provide us the resources and assistance and the whys of why we need to develop this GSP, they also help provide us resources on how do we do this? How can we ensure that we're actually able to collect the data, analyze the data, and put it into a document to provide us that framework to securing and making sure that we maintain sustainability in our groundwater basins until, past 2042 and et cetera. So one resources that we are able to use is DWR's Groundwater Sustainability Plan Emergency Regulations Guide, and this can be found on DWR's website. We are also able to help provide any of these resources that we share in this presentation to folks. If you have any questions or you need assistance getting there, we can help you get to those documents. So a few chapters that I would like to highlight before I actually click on the link and walk us through how you can get to our Big Valley GSP. One chapter, for example, is the basin setting. So the basin setting that you will find in our groundwater sustainability plan includes a description of both the static physical characteristics of our basin and the dynamic groundwater budget conditions. Another chapter is the management areas, or as we outlined in our previous acronyms table, MAs. So management area refers to an area within a basin for which a GSP may identify different minimum thresholds, measurable objectives, monitoring, or project and management actions based on our unique local conditions for water use, water source, geology, aquifer characteristics, or other factors. And that is why we have an awesome team of professionals and expertise in this area to help us identify what these different management areas in our groundwater basin are, so we can incorporate that into our GSP. Another acronym that I had listed, if you can recall, is the Sustainable Management Criteria, SMCs. So this chapter of our GSP will establish our achieving a basin sustainability goal and accomplished through the development of a sustainable management criteria. So setting of this goal occurs through a local stakeholder process with the objective of having no undesirable results in the basin within 20 years of implementation. And again, yes, we have a great group of consultants helping us develop this GSP, but it is important that we were able to have these conversations with our stakeholders, because ultimately you guys are the ones that know best. You live in the basin, you understand our basin. So that's why we welcome you at any point. We've been having public meetings, but it's never too late to get involved in the process. Even though we will develop this GSP and submit it to the state, we still have to ensure that we maintain and reach everything that we promise and outline in our groundwater sustainability plan. Another chapter that you will find in our Big Valley GSP, the draft version and the final version when we get there, is a monitoring network. So as required by Sigma, each GSP must include a detailed description of the basic specific monitoring network. And then another chapter that I would like to highlight is the projects and management actions. So the regulations identify the role of local agencies in managing their basins, which include designing projects and management actions to address problems, responding to changing conditions such as drought, and helping achieve sustainability. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and click on this link. And awesome, it's going to bring us to our water resources website where you can find our groundwater sustainability plan. So if you, let's see, we will go to home. So you will go to water. You can just Google water, Lake County water resources. You can come onto the third floor of the Lake County Courthouse. You can send us an email at water.resources@lakecountyca.gov. Or you can give us a ring at 707-263-2344. If you need assistance getting this document, we also have a hard copy for those of the friends who are able to join us in person downstairs where we can walk you through some of the chapters. You can get a feel for that. So if you're looking on the Water Resources website, I would like to show you how to get there. So you're going to go to Programs and Projects. You're going to scroll on down to Big Valley GSP. Click on that and voila, it is going to be all here. And again, we are currently in the public review period until December 3rd, 2021. I'll get into that a little bit later in the next slide. But here you can click on all these chapters and you can scroll through them and you have all the specific aspects of each chapter. And then you can see these lines here that will come in handy when you do provide us public comment, which we are eager to get from you all. So you can walk through and click on each chapter. Again, if you prefer a hard copy, please do not hesitate to give us a call. We can provide such, but if not, you can find these documents in PDF form. And here is where you will scroll through each of these chapters that make up the entirety of our Big Valley GSP. Now, when it comes to the public comment period, again, which I will highlight in the next slide, it has all the instructions here, how you can provide such public comment, assistance that will help us make sure that we get that public comment and we are able to read it in an easy format, and etc. Now, if you want to get caught up on all things Big Valley, you can go ahead and scroll on down. We have all of our previous meetings that we've had, meeting materials and information that I will share in future slides. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'm going to ask if any of our friends on Zoom have any questions, or if any of our friends in the board chambers have any questions.
There are no questions on the Zoom call.
Thank you, Maritza. Awesome, none here. So let's move on forward. All right, so our public comment period. Our team has been hard at work and we were able to release our draft GSP document on November 12th, 2021. We are currently in the formal 21-day public comment period. We are actively seeking public comments from the community and from stakeholders such as yourself, and we will be taking these public comments until 12/3/2021. This is not the last time for public comments, but we do encourage you to get your public comments in sooner than later, because again, we do have a deadline to meet and we want to make sure that we capture all those public comments from you. We want to make sure we engage in the proper discussion. So please provide us public comments. We are actively seeking those. Encourage your friends to provide public comments. And who doesn't want to read a GSP? It's a lot of fun. So you can drop off your public comment 3 ways. You can do it via email. So we have one email that you can send all questions as it relates to water resources, Big Valley groundwater, and that is via water.resources@lakecountyca.gov. And we just kindly ask that you please include draft GSP comments in the subject line, so that way we can send it to the proper folks. We can make sure we get those public comments in ASAP and send those to our team. You can do it via postal mail, which you can send that to the Lake County Courthouse at 255 North Forbes Street, room 309, Lakeport, California. Or you can come see us, socially distanced and with your mask, of course. You can drop it off at, again, the Water Resources on the 3rd floor of the Lake County Courthouse, room 309. Just go ahead, bring it to the front desk, and one of our staff members will greet you and take those comments in. Again, if you have any questions or concerns or need assistance providing public comment, we want to make sure that everyone has those resources. So we are here to help you. We want to make this as easy as possible, and we have everything that you may need to provide to receive assistance with that. So we don't bite, please give us a call. We're here to help you. All right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do an overview of our GSP timeline. So we have been hard at work for a while now. Sigma, again, was developed in 2014, but our county, for our priority basin, we really started getting the ball rolling in 2019. But we have done a lot of things. So our notice of intent to adopt our GSP was released on October 1st, 2021. Our board was able to be presented by our consultants and our team of the SMCs and the CNE plan, which again, SMC is a sustainable management criteria, and the CNE plan, which you can find on our water resources website for the GSP documents, is the communication engagement plan that was shared to the board and the community on November 2nd, 2021. On November 12th, we were able to release our draft GSP document, which we are currently seeking public comments. And our public comment period, which I didn't start, I apologize, right here, that will again will close on December 3rd, 2021, with anticipation that we will adopt the final draft GSP by 12/22/21. That will be presented to be adopted. And then on 1/11/22, we anticipate, again, this is all tentative, but we do have a deadline to meet, that we will, the Big Valley GSA, which is, again, they serve as our board of directors of the Watershed Protection District. They will go forward and go through the adoption period of our GSP. On 1/21/2022, the adopted Big Valley GSP will be submitted to our friends at DWR for review and approval. And at that point, the state will also have a 75-day public comment period for those submitted GSPs. And that will occur on 1/31/2022. All right, so how can you stay connected? How can you remain involved? Again, we have had a plethora of public meetings that have been mostly, this has been our first meeting that we've had a hybrid format. All of these meetings have been during the COVID-19 pandemic, so we have been meeting virtually, but we look forward to continuing this hybrid option for those of our friends who don't feel comfortable yet coming in person, who are not able to. So moving forward, our meetings will be hybrid, and one being tomorrow. Come join us at 11 a.m. We will be in the courthouse conference room C here on the 3rd floor, and also via Zoom for our monthly GSPAC meeting. If you want to get caught up on all things Big Valley groundwater, you can find all of our previous meetings on the Water Resources website. You can also find us on Facebook, where we have routine meeting reminders and invites, and then also on YouTube, where you can find all of our public meetings that are up to, so you can get yourself up to speed. You can find all the slides, you can find all the agendas and minutes. And most importantly, you can sign up for our Stay Connected page, where you will get routine reminders of our upcoming meetings, anything as it relates to our Big Valley groundwater basin. You can find this on our Water Resources website. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull this up. So if you want to get all of those meeting materials and information that I just recently spoke about, you can go back to our Water Resources page, go on to Programs and Projects, scroll on down until you get Advisory Committee documents. And here you can see all of our previous meeting agendas, minutes, videos, and slides. We also have some subcommittee meetings that we've had and that we will continue to have. You can find those meeting slides and minutes. You can see the call-in information. We, for the most part, use the same call-in information. It's our Big Valley Groundwater Zoom, etc. So that is where you can find this. And then I'm gonna scroll on down to right here. And at this point, here is our contact information. So again, we have resources from our friends at the state who are involved in the SGMA process, which is the State Water Resources Control Board. You can click there, see the resources they have. Our friends from California Department of Water Resources, and then us here at the local level, your local entity tasked with implementing SGMA. We have our phone number here, 707-263-2344. And then feel free to give us an email at water.resources@lakecountyca.gov. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead